Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Itachi adopted Naruto Part 4. Last time we left off with Naruto actually telling the third Hokage and Itachi what happened in the Forest of Death, and they said it's fine, even though we need to seal that mark that Sasuke has on him. Well, Sasuke has now, and Naruto that I have already sealed that away with the sealing formula that I have learned from Master Jiraiya, and they're like, well done, Naruto. You're improving every day. And Naruto's like, thank you. And then he just says, anyway, I should get going. And they're like, why? Just stay with us. I mean, you don't have anything to do now. And Naruto's like, I want to go meet up with someone. And Itachi's like, may I know who that is? With a serious tone. And Naruto's like, it's just a friend. It's just a friend. And Itachi's like, wow, you made a friend. That's really good, Naruto. Hope you have fun. And don't show your true who you really are to anyone. And Naruto's like, yeah, it's alright. She thinks I'm a girl anyway. And then the third Hokage says, she. And Itachi's like, wait, what? What did you say, Naruto? And Naruto's like, anyway, I gotta go, and teleports away. Yes, Naruto left a marker on somewhere near the near the Hyuga clan. The Hyuga clan's home or base, whatever. So I need the tissue. So yeah, Naruto teleported there, and saw Hinata walking out, and asks, and he transforms real fast and says, "Hey, Hinata," and Hinata's like, "Oh, hey, Mei," and hey, Mei. But I remember the name that I originally gave Naruto. It was Kyoya, and since Naruto said that his name or her name was Mei, it is what it is. Let's just change it. Mei is much easier for me to remember instead of Kyoya. It's from bloody Beyblade, and I watched in 2015. I rewatched it in 2015, and it's been 5 years. So I'm gonna rewatch anyway soon. Anyway, so Naruto, Hinata's like, "How's your day been?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, it's been fine," and wanna go hang out. And Hinata's like, "Yeah, sure. I just have to go and find something for my father." And Naruto accompanies her. It was just a little grocery trip, and yeah, so Naruto helps her with the groceries and takes her back home. And Hayashi's like, "Oh, hello, Miss May," and Naruto's like, "You can drop the miss, and you can just call me May." And Hayashi's like, "There's no need. Let's keep this professional, not friends." And Naruto's like, "I'm not a woman. I'm a trap." And yeah, so of course Naruto actually Naruto and Hinata left to go hang out, and Naruto's like, "You did well in the Chunin exams." And Hinata's like, "Wait, how do you know?" And Naruto's like, "Well, you see, I was there to actually check on all the ninjas, but it was actually for just Sasuke, because Sasuke was endangered and he didn't want to interfere with anyone else, but he did want to see how Hinata fought in the Chunin exams." And he was really impressed by Hinata's skills. And Naruto says, "Your skills are much higher than on a higher level than I thought they would ever be." And while they were going, Naruto actually saw the ramen place, and he's like, "Want to have some ramen?" And Hinata's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And so they have ramen. And a few days pass after this, and now it's the preliminaries. Everyone's there. Itachi transformed into Goto. He's actually the proctor for this one. The original proctor was actually left on duty to protect the village, because Orochimaru was spotted, and they did tell him who he really was. So they needed to beef up the defense, and they needed stronger people inside in case they actually come inside. And well, if Orochimaru tries to take Sasuke, Itachi will be there, and Orochimaru's scared of Itachi, because once he tried to take him as a kid, but Itachi actually freaked him, like, bro. Here we see a pedophile trying to rape a kid. The kid slaps the pedophile. Pedophile tries to rape him. The kid fucks him more. Anyway, sorry guys. I'm trying not to swear. Sorry. Let's not swear anymore. Come on, Ruhan. Alright, slap myself. Anyway, so the exams begin, and this time instead of Naruto, it's actually Sai against Kiba. Sai actually seals stops Kiba straight away. He just drew some macho men, and they just hold Kiba and Akamaru, and He was like, I'm sorry, I'll give up. And Naruto's like, he could have beaten him. He should have just used the technique he used in the Forest of Death. Yes, the Fang of Fang he did use in the Forest of Death. He should have just used it there when he saw them coming at him. He could have destroyed them because the Macho Men weren't strong. They were just, since size, they were pretty strong, but not as strong as the adult size and something. You know, the Naruto the Last, where he made those two, I forgot what the name were because they're irrelevant anyway. So the next few fights go similar. Sasuke wins, Sakura draws because she's still useless anyway. Now it's Naruto, Hinata versus Neji. Naruto actually wants to see this fight, and he's really intrigued by it. And the fight begins with Neji actually going on the offensive, and he didn't train Hinata for a while, but he remembers that Hinata was actually scared of his attacks, so her defense was good, but once she's under pressure, she's not good at all. Because she was okay when her father wasn't watching, but when he was there, her defense was just dead. And now that there's a lot of people, he thinks it's going to be an easy win and he could pummel her. But this is when Hinata says, "You're leaving yourself open, Neji." And Neji's like, "Wait, what?" And because he wasn't really paying attention too much, he's like, "I'm just going to pummel you." And he wasn't paying attention to his openings, and he wasn't keeping them closed. And yeah, closed. Sorry guys, that doesn't make sense. He wasn't on guard. And Hinata's like, "Now take this," and does a few blows, no, not blows, hits. I don't know, like, you guys, you're imagining, like, bro, the weeb nightlings, all of your imaginations run wild, fam. Like, man's on stream, and you guys are, some guys that, dude, what if Naruto had seduction jutsu? Like, hey, fam, calm down. I know you're going through puberty and everything, but chill. I am too. So, Hinata actually gets a few hits on Neji, and then Neji's like, "How dare you?" And he tries to hit Hinata, but Hinata actually blocks easily, with ease. And she counters back, and she goes off, and then Neji's like, "No more." And he does the palm rotation, and Hinata was actually caught off guard, and then Neji's like, 64 palms, no wait, what was it called? 8 trigrams, there we go. 8 trigram, 64 palms. First he starts from, I think, 1, 2, 4, 8, 20, 16, 32, 64. Yeah, it goes up like that. And yeah, Hinata actually got hit by all of them, and her chakra points were dead. And Hinata stood no chance there. And then that's when Neji started pummeling her, and Naruto was getting pissed and more pissed, and he was actually he was actually breaking one of the rails that he was holding on to, because there were rails and he could just jump off it. And the third Hokage, he's like, "Hey fam, I'm joking." He's like, "Whoa, is that the girl that he's been hanging out with?" And he's actually destroying it. And then Neji starts saying, "Even if you're in the main branch, even if you're in the main family, you're weak, Hinata. Even I, who's in the branch family, I'm way stronger than you." And that's when Hinata finds an opening, and she counterattacks with an uppercut, just like Naruto did right before Neji was about to stab through her shoulder. Yeah, he had a kunai, and Hinata was able to uppercut him, and was actually really shaken from that, because that uppercut was strong, and he was off guard, and it was on point, and it was actually a chakra point, which actually shook up Neji. And Hinata, not the top speeds, but as fast as she could, fast enough for, it was fast enough that Neji couldn't recuperate before she arrived to him. And then she started using her own 64 palms. Yes, she actually developed it while training with Naruto. Naruto's style is really more acrobatic than a normal taijutsu specialist. So her style was actually a bit more acrobatic as well, because she learned from Naruto now. And Naruto's like, I'm proud, and then Neji's like, you really think you can beat me, Hinata? And basically, Hinata's already injured. They're both injured, the same amount, but Hinata was actually running low on chakra since her 64 palms did not all hit. A few actually missed because she was already injured and she was slower, which actually allowed Neji to protect some of them and block some of them. And then Neji starts pummeling her, and he's about to kill her until Naruto breaks the rail, doesn't even jump over it, literally breaks it, and holds Neji in the position where his arms behind his back, and says, "You move a muscle, and I'll kill you." Well, of course, May says that, and in a tone that everyone got shook, and also the Itachi arrived. Well, Itachi, Kakashi, Asuma, and Guy actually appeared at the same time, just a bit slower than Naruto, because Naruto actually took action instead of just blocking. He took action. Then they're like, whoa, 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 hey, chill. He's only a genin, fam. And Naruto's like, move a muscle and I'll kill you. And even Kakashi felt, even Itachi felt the bloodlust in Naruto. And then he's like, May, you shouldn't bloodlust over this. It's the tuning exams. It's all allowed. And May's like, he clearly won the fight. Why did you keep going? And Itachi was like, I was about to stop him myself. There's no need to get fast. There's no need to make a racket about this. And Naruto's like, whatever. This kid's gonna lose against Sai. I'm telling you. After the beating you got, you'll not recuperate in even a month. And Neji says, don't. Natural talent is way better. Don't underestimate it. And Naruto's like, hard work beats natural talent. In fact, Hinata's hard work was about to beat your natural talent. Shouldn't you be respecting that? You scum. And basically it says, you're in the same family, aren't you? Because he doesn't really understand how the Hyuga clan works. He understands that the dojutsu, not the actual clan branch family and everything. And Hinata's like, it's fine, mate. And Naruto's like, alright, whatever, let's go to the hospital. And he takes her to the hospital, was she, yeah, the rest of the fights go similarly, well, exactly the same. Lee does his speech that he will not go on his back on his ninja way. Well, his ninja way is to keep trying and try and try and try. And he goes into the third gate, I believe. I'm sorry if I forgot this fight, but I haven't watched it in a while. Anyway, Lee actually was able to do it well until Gaara used sand coffin on his legs and literally shattered his bones. And this is when Gaara, well, Lee was on the floor all unconscious, and Gaara attacked again. And that's when Might Guy actually outsped the Itachi, and Itachi's like, whoa, oh, I don't want to fight him. He's way too fast. And he actually outsped Itachi because he was actually kind of pissed off that his favorite student was about to die, and breaks the sand. He's like, you've already won. There's no need to keep attacking. And Gaara's like, move out of my way. Let me kill him. And then Itachi arrived and says, well, Goto, and he's like, don't move another muscle. He's already unconscious. You won the fight, Gaara. Go back to your place. And Gaara's like, because he can actually feel the strong chakra and presence from Itachi. Well, Goto, because no one knows it's Itachi, and Sasuke is getting Itachi vibes from this guy, and he's like, this guy is suspicious. I'll find out who he really is. I can tell he's not who he tells everyone that he is. And yeah, so the tuning exam, well, the preliminaries go the same way. And yeah, since Naruto's not in it now, we can actually I'll cover Sasuke's training, which is actually the Chidori training. Sasuke actually does it in like less time, like maybe 2 weeks, and now he's learning how to use the Chidori much faster, and it takes him a week to learn how to use it, like Kakashi. So Kakashi is really impressed. And while that was all happening, Naruto was hanging out with Hinata most of his time now, since he's done with his work and now he's just free. And also he's like, hey, how about training a bit well, no, sorry. And he's like, hey, how about we go there? And yeah, they just keep hanging out. While that was happening, Sai was training in doing beasts much faster, drawing much faster. Yeah, because he wants to become a tuning as well. Sai is more friendly here, just saying. And he smiles way more and not creepily, just normal Sai. Sakura's just there with Ino. She's like, God damn it, Eno pig. Why couldn't you just lose? Shino's training as well, trying to find new types of bugs. Kiba just lost. He's like, God damn it. I'll still become Hokage though. And Neji's training to the max. He's like, nah fam. I will annihilate Sai, and I will show that May B word that natural talent is way better than hard work. And the thing is not noticing is that he's working hard to actually gain strength, and he's basically a hard worker now. And yeah, May kind of changed him, well, Naruto, and he's kind of reflecting over his own ninja way, he's kind of changing, not fully, not yet. He will change once he loses to Sai. Yes, he will lose because Neji's injuries were actually way more severe than what they looked like. They were actually really deep. Well, chakra wise, they were actually really deep, and Hinata's blows were way stronger than Neji's. Even though Neji was able to block most of them, since, well, a few of them, the important ones, since she was slower, because she was already damaged, well, battle damaged. But her blows were much stronger than what he done, and he's trying to get the same type of power. And Sasuke has one more week, which he actually decides to try to unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan, and he doesn't understand how he can do it. And he's like, I'm sure I felt a different type of power once. And Kakashi's that happened to me as well. And once I woke up to see the Mangekyo, now I can use it, but you need to train real hard to activate it. And I'll say that Sasuke was actually able to activate it like 3 times over this week, and he's actually able to activate it once in a fight, but he can only activate it for like 3 minutes maximum. No, not even 30 seconds, because he's not used to it like Naruto is. And Naruto has no repercussions because of his Kurama chakra cloak and healing and everything. He does, but he can't use the perfect Susanoo since he doesn't have a brother to actually switch eyes with. But there's a lot of buts there. But anyway, there will be some changes that I will make in the war arc anyway. So, and Gaara was just there planning his next murder, which is Sasuke Uchiha. And yeah, and in this 1 month, Naruto would have been training with Jiraiya, but since he's hanging out with Hinata, he's like, hey Hinata, wanna learn a jutsu? And Hinata's like, yeah, sure. And asks, is it about physical? But Naruto's like, no, it's about chakra. I'm sorry if your chakra points are still blocked. If it's fine if you don't want to. And this was like around last week. And Hinata's like, no, all my chakra's back. It's just my physical body. And Naruto's like, oh, you don't really need any physical strength for this. And he says, try to pop this water balloon with just your chakra. And Hinata is actually starting to train with that. And she hasn't even done the first step yet. And then Naruto's like, anyway, let me quickly tell you the second, third step, because I'm probably not going to be here after the tuning exams. And Hinata's like, but why? And Naruto's like, May, she's like, oh, I have to go back to where I came from. And she's like, what village do you come from? And Naruto says, I don't come from any village. I'm actually not a shinobi from any land or anything. I'm just a solo shinobi, more like a lone wolf. And of course, he says that maybe I do live with my father Goto. And yes, Goto looks older than May. And Hinata's like, wait, Goto's your father? And May's like, yeah. And then he shows her that she has to pop a normal balloon, just a normal air balloon, and she has to pop contain her all that strength and rotation and containment. So the containment steps. So yeah, then the Chunin exam finals begin. So the first fight is actually really different since Naruto's not there. It's Sai against Neji. Neji's injuries are still not fully healed, which will be a problem against Sai, because Sai wasn't injured at all, and Sai actually trained way harder than what he would have trained like if he was just a normal Sai, because Sai doesn't really care. He has nothing to train for right now. Well, now he does, but before, yeah. So Sai begins with actually drawing his Macho Man, and he actually drew 6 of them, not even 2. Like, and Neji's like, do you really think that's gonna work on me? Like that, this is weak, and he destroys all of them, and then Sai's like, that wasn't my plan, and then he lets out all his flying beasts. They weren't beasts, they were like birds, but they were actually like sealing birds. So if one of them hit him, all his chakra would be sealed. That's how strong Sai has gotten. And yes, one actually yes, Neji did use the palm rotation to actually protect himself, but as soon as he let one out, Sai's that you left one out. I mean, as soon as he finishes, Sai's that you left one out, Neji, and he hits him from the back, and Neji's fully out of chakra because he's sealed, and then Sai shows something that no one ever saw, and he shows taijutsu skills. Yes, no one ever knew and saw. He shows taijutsu skills, and this is where Sakura says, "Yes, Sai, finish him, finish him." And just saying, Naruto did hang out with Ino and Sakura as well, because Hinata actually is friends with them, and they're actually all sitting next to each other except for Naruto. Naruto's like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there next to the Hokage, sorry. And yeah, so Naruto actually is like, yes, Sai, do it. And then Sai was actually able to get one strong blow in Neji's core, and Neji coughed out some blood, and then Sai puts him down to the floor with the kunai to his neck and says, either you give up or you die. And Neji is now sorry guys, 1 second. Oh Jesus, hope I don't have the corona anyway. Oh my god, I don't feel well. Oh Jesus, my foot hurts. Let me finish this part quickly. So Sai actually wins, and then Sai says that May woman was actually right, and May's like, I'm your same age, and he's like, oh yeah, May. And Goto, well, Itachi's like, hey Naruto, shush, and he's like, hey May, shush. And Naruto's like, hey, like, they think I'm older, man. And he's like, wow, cause you're taller. And Naruto's like, whatever. And so Itachi was kind of laughing because they all think Naruto's old. And yeah, Naruto's like, I'm not old, fam. I'm young. I'm your age, fam. Don't call me old, man. And yeah, so Naruto, Sai actually said May was correct. Hard work does beat natural talent. Your raw talent was nowhere near my hard work. And Neji's like, I trained hard too, you know. I trained hard. Hinata's blows were way stronger than mine. I tried to train as like her. I tried to become like her. 1 second. And then Hinata actually heard this, and she's like, hey Neji, I can train you if you want. And Neji's like, I don't need your training. And then the fight is over, and Neji actually goes up and apologizes and says, I wish I really want to train under you and not. And Hinata's like, well, I trained under May. May should train you too. Not. And Naruto actually then sees them looking at him, and is like, yeah. And he was kind of nervous, and he's like, because Neji was looking at him in a weird way and like suspicious, and Naruto's like, alright, yeah, suspicions. Anyway, the next 3 fights go the same. Shino wins default. Shikamaru actually gives up even after winning. Kankuro never gets to fight. Kankuro, I'm not sure about Kankuro. Frick him anyway. Well, I like Kankuro in Shippuden, not now. So yeah, then Sasuke appears, and then Goto. Well, Itachi's really intrigued to see Sasuke's power, and yeah, well, this Sasuke's fight actually went kind of similar, just that he popped out with the Chidori much faster and much sooner, and tried it. Just that this time, Gaara was actually more on guard, because he after seeing how Lee fights, he's like, I'm not risking it anymore, but I'm still trying to kill, and he actually puts up a lot of chakra in his defense, and Sasuke couldn't penetrate it, and he's like, if I can't penetrate it, I'll just have to do this. And he activates the Mangekyo Sharingan, and then penetrates it with the Chidori, and says, is that all you can do, Gaara? And Goto, well, Itachi and Mei are like, what? And well, Mei's like, whoa. And Itachi is really proud of his younger brother, and Naruto is really proud of his older brother, or more like uncle. Anyway, Sasuke, Uncle Sasuke. Anyway, Naruto and says, "Wow, amazing, and just amazing." And the fourth Kazekage smiles, and Naruto's like, "What? Why is he smiling? His Sasuke freaked." And after this, Gaara went on a rampage, and the whole stadium got pawned against Genjutsu, and Gaara was taken by the other two Sand siblings to a forest to transform and then come and destroy the village. So Naruto's like, Lord Third, I should go and chase down Sasuke. And the third Hokage is like, you're right. And then he's like, yes, please go. And well, he's like, please go, because he doesn't want to fight him. And well, her, because he doesn't know it's actually Naruto. And Naruto heads off, and actually before he heads off, he leaves the clone. Well, because Orochimaru actually showed himself already, and he actually leaves the clone, and also Itachi is there with the third Hokage, so it's an easy win for them. And Orochimaru still tries and fails, of course. He actually gets sealed the second he actually tries in the Totsuka blade, and he's like, what? And then he goes off. And just saying, Orochimaru will be revived by Kabuto because of the curse mark thing. You know, the curse mark can still revive people. And while this was happening, Sasuke was actually chasing down the One Tails, well, Gaara and the Sand siblings, and Naruto was chasing him down by himself. No one else. Not even Shikamaru. No one was sent on a mission like that. Only Naruto. And Naruto did feel the ninjas following him, and Naruto's like, do you really think that's gonna work on me? And he turns around while jumping and says, fire style, fire style, majestic destroyer flame. Yes, he knows it, and he lets it, and then all the ninjas get burnt, all the sound ninjas that were following him. And then he goes ahead, and Temari actually stops him and starts using her wind thing, her fan, there we go, and starts using strong wind techniques. And Naruto's like, I'm a wind user too, and says, wind style, great hurricane. It was actually a wind and water style technique, and she's like, that's the wind and water style technique. It's an S rank technique. What the? And she gets blown away, and Naruto Kati chops on the back of her head and says, well, you've lost. And he goes ahead, and then Kankuro actually pops up, and he's like, you're not going anywhere. And just saying, Gar was actually already fighting Sasuke, and Naruto's like, do you really think you can beat me? And Kankuro's like, do you really think you can beat me then? And Naruto's like, I can beat you easily, no problem. And Kankuro actually gets his puppets out and all his poison, and he actually lets out he makes one of his puppets do a breath of poison, and Naruto has to hold his breath, yeah. And what he does is that he does the hand seals and says, and basically he doesn't even do the hand seals. He just stomps on the ground, and a great tornado appears. And Kankuro actually knows this technique because he actually learned. Well, he didn't learn it. He actually found out that he existed, and Naruto was using the great tornado jutsu, and he didn't even do hand seals. That's how Kankuro knew this is not gonna be an easy fight, because Naruto can do can do jutsus without any hand seals, and anyone who can do that is pretty over freaking powered. So 1 second, guys. So sorry guys, I had a call to get. So Naruto Naruto actually then pummels the puppets, and Kankuro says, I'm sorry, and then Naruto says, there's no need to be sorry, you're just a kid who's following what the village says. You're not at fault. And karate chops him as well, and he's now fainted. And Naruto now sees Sasuke actually putting up a good fight, but then Gaara actually stabs him through the chest. Well, not the chest, through the shoulder. And Naruto gets kind of pissed and says, "No, Sasuke!" And yeah, so he actually catches Sasuke and says, "Sasuke, it's fine." And Naruto actually gives him a bit of his chakra to stop the bleeding. Yes, Naruto learned medical ninjutsu. And yes, he learned some medical ninjutsu from Tsunade. And just saying, Tsunade is there as well. She's actually on the front lines, protecting the village from getting attacked. And yeah, that's where I'm going to end off. Hope you all enjoyed. Please take care, stay safe. Subscribe to Retreat and Miniman123. Also subscribe to my gaming channel. All links in the description below. 1 second. Sorry, my sister was calling me. So annoying. Anyway, so yeah, my gaming channel won't be linked in the description because I already have a poll, well, that actually has my link. Anyway, also subscribe to Dr. No Sense, because I love his music and or hers, I'm not sure, and please get him or her or whatever them to get 1k subs. Anyways, join my Discord server, link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and this was the King of Weebs here, and peace.